Hello. Haven't taken a video in a while, but life's been a little nuts right now. I just figured I'd pop back in by showing off my $20 purchase. I'll flip you guys around. I got a homelight 410. I have taken this apart a little. Oh, let me grab my wrench. It's over here in my truck. Keep it in my door panel because I have too much stuff. Not enough places to put it. But see if I can get you guys down here. I broke my tripod, so I gotta order another one. I'll just hold you guys. Anyway, I got a homelight 410, and I have worked on it just a little bit. It's got an intake boot issue. Intake boot will be here tomorrow. But look how Art Wells. It's probably your saw. Does have spark. Does have pretty decent compression. But look how goofy this thing is. There's no carb under there. Where is it? It's in there. But we'll have to clean this up a bit. Definitely gonna have to clean this up quite a bit. It is an anti-vibe saw. Anti-vibes in it are good. I took a peek in the reed cage, because these are also a reed saw, when I had the intake block out. Give me just a second. Get this screw loose. And the reeds are in good shape. None of them appear to be stuck open. My finger's out of the camera. Look at that big old carb. Look at that big old throat. But I just poked it back together. Like I said, there's no intake boot in here now. Fuel and oil in the handle. Which reminds me, I need to take a look at the fuel line inside the tank. Ooh. It smells just a little bit foul. Also, I'm not sure where that fuel line's at in there, but said it's in decent shape. It could be in a lot better shape, but it could be in a lot worse too. I've seen worse saws that run. My 1010 up there runs good, and it's uglier than this thing. A lot uglier. Let me grab my homelight bar wrench, because those stupid things are 17 millimeter. Back in the truck we go. Be right back. Word of advice: find a weird bar wrench, don't throw it away. This is a 17 mil bar wrench. I'm not sure what this other side is. Probably like a 22 or something weird. But these also have a fiber pad clutch, which up until 2 years ago I didn't even know existed on saws. But I have also pulled the muffler out of this saw. It's in pretty decent shape. The muffler needs pulled back off and cleaned, but like I said, I just took it apart quick the other night to figure out what was wrong with it. I kind of had a good idea, because I have a 330 that is actually really minty that has a blown out intake boot. So if I can get this running, and this will probably be to sell, then I'll probably tear into that 330 next. Bring it back when I get the side cover off. It's kind of dumb. And we're back. Movie magic. I have both bar plates, inner and outer. That's kind of nice. Don't see that a lot around here. Let me focus you. Does have a rim sprocket. That's also kind of nice. But oh yeah, I dumped the rest of the fuel out. Like I said, that Let me tip it clear up. Need to get this fuel out of the saw anyway. But that outer lining here, that's your clutch lining, and that's a fiber material. Good design when it works, but as you can see on this shoe here, there's a little bit of lining missing. Not enough to where I think it's going to affect the running ability of the saw, but it is kind of a ding. But these clutches are hard to come by, from my understanding. So now that I've dumped all the fuel out, and also managed to make a giant mess, yeah. But anyway, so I just figured I'd give you guys a quick preview of this $20 investment. And I pretty much have no intentions of keeping this. 68 cc's, but from what I have read online, they're kind of gutless for 68 cc's, which I don't know. I'm gonna run it. If it shocks me, I'll keep it. If not, it'll be going up for sale. So if any of you guys are local to Iowa and are wanting a decent 410 homelight that like I said, has pretty good compression, I think it'll pick up more compression when I get it running, because it's been sitting for a while. This was a saw that I'd actually seen on Marketplace already once last fall, and there was a little junky pole in with it, and the guy was trying to sell them both and didn't really want to separate them, and I didn't want the pole in at all, so I didn't end up buying them. I was gonna go look at them and probably buy them. Let me get this stupid thing back on. Let's see if I can get you guys set up over here. But I didn't end up buying it. That's not a bad view. And then a while back, probably 2 weeks ago, I saw this saw, and I was like, oh, that's like that one I saw last year for sale. And then I got to talking to the guy, and he bought them from the guy that listed them earlier, and this was apparently running when he got it. And then he brought it home and it wouldn't start. I think the guy that originally had it listed knew it had a blown out intake boot, because that reed cage, one of the Allen bolts that holds it in, the bottom one, was loose and still is. I don't know if you guys caught that on the video or not, but it still is loose. So I think he well knew that the saw had an issue. He just got it to the point where it would run for however long it would take to sell it. But when I get this side cover back on, I'll show you guys the dealer tag that's still on it. The guy that originally listed it was from Leon, Iowa, and the dealer tag, if you guys can read it, says Leon on it. So this saw has been an Iowa saw its entire life, which is kind of cool. It's been fairly local its whole life. I'm going to get it running, and then who knows where it's going to go from there. I don't think this saw has a ton of hours. I think it's had a ton of sitting time. The clutch doesn't have a whole lot of use on it. It's just those fiber clutches deteriorate. And like your dealer sticker or your Textron sticker still here. Your warning sticker still here. This knob is still here. That usually falls off. That's still there for your adjustment. That's still there. Side cover on this side's in really good shape if it would just clean up. The caps are both original. Like I said, I think this saw's done a bunch of sitting, and at some point someone has put some really, really, really oily gas in this saw, because the muffler is just full of carbon. That's one of the things I got to do when I get my intake boot, probably tomorrow, is take that muffler back off and soak it in some gas. But this thing's been bouncing around in my truck since Saturday. It's Monday now, so it's been in my truck a couple days, but I went and picked it up for 20 bucks. And I was like, you know what? Even if it doesn't run, I don't care. I've got a buddy that likes these series of saws. I don't think he'll buy this one because it's a little rough, but paint-wise, it's a little rough. Cylinder-wise, it's really good shape. But like I said, I got intake boots coming. I ordered 2 of them because they're the same as the 330, so that way when I tear into my 330, I'll have that sucker already, because I'm sure it's got a bad intake boot also. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Sorry I haven't posted in a very long time. My wife is pregnant and we moved, and one thing led to another. Just had a lot going on right now. I'm gonna try and order a new tripod if I have the extra chicken scratch next week, so I can get back out to timber filming and get a little bit of wood cutting footage for you. I got some decent footage, or should have some decent footage of cutting on a local guy's property. I just finished working on his MS-170 for him, and if he doesn't have a problem with it, I'll take my phone down there and do a little bit of videoing. But he's got some hickory and some oak, and some of it's rather large. He said that he doesn't really have a saw capable of cutting, because I guess he's got a steel farm boss. I don't know what one. I'm not super up on the steel models. And he's got 2 MS-170s. One of them I just got done putting back together. Muffler was just caked full of carbon, and it would burp, but it wouldn't start. I wish I had got a video. Like, you put it into full choke and it would burp like it's going to start, and you take it off full choke and it'd just flood instantly. So I took the carb off, checked all the diaphragms and stuff. Everything's mint in the carb. No dirt, no nothing, no bad gas, no varnish, nothing. So put it back on, took it back off. Took me about 3 hours to figure out that the spring that holds the choke open and broke. So the choke was shut all the time, so it was in full choke. So you'd get it to burp, and if you yank on it, like drop start it, you know, every once in a while the choke would open up just enough to rev up and die. So that took me a long time to figure out, because I'm fairly new to working on saws. I'm not super confident about my diagnosing skills. I know a lot of the technical side, just because I've done a lot of the research, and I know fairly well how a 2-stroke works. And I just haven't really worked on a whole lot of stuff yet. I put it back together and got it back to him after test cutting with it for a little bit. It ran about a half a tank of gas through it, started it, hot started, cold started, all that jazz, just to make sure it was right, you know. And I haven't heard anything back, so no news is good news, right? But kind of a long jabbery type video, I know, but I just figured I'd get something out to you guys and let you know that I'm still here. I'm still wanting to do this YouTube thing. It's just lately it hasn't really been my main priority, because I found out my wife was pregnant right before my one of my last YouTube videos, and then a lot of stuff happened. A lot of life stuff happened, and got kind of a wake-up call for myself and my wife both, I think. Probably for the better. So we're doing better now. We moved a lot closer for my wife and I for work, and I just started a second job at a small engine shop, local here. We'll see how that works. I'm just working there 2 days a week, and I'm working at my full-time job 4 days a week, getting 40 hours in 4 days. And then working Friday and Saturday at my small engine shop. And I'm kind of picking up some work of my own on the side, and I do that on Sundays sometimes. But I got to be in the mood to do that. I also got, I don't know if it's on video, I got a really, really nice 266 SE. That when I got it, needed a piston. Put a piston in it, and the second tank of gas I run through it, I think one of the crank seals gave out, because it's got a massive air leak now. It'll still start up and run, but it just revs to the moon and doesn't calm down. And my 610 that I've had on video before, the recoil exploded in it. The cover itself gave out. Not fixable on the cover side, so I'll have to find a part saw somewhere. I might have one if I dig through my bone pile enough. And then a week and a half ago, one of the clutch springs let go on my 394. That has a 395 top end on it. You guys have seen that on video. One of the clutch springs let go, and then I shut the saw off because I was going to let it cool down and figure out what was wrong with because the chain was spinning, but it was still rich on the low end. I was like, what the heck's going on? I probably blew a clutch spring. I shut it off, and I went to go start it back up, and no spark. And the guy that had it before me, because I got that saw blown up. I got it very thoroughly blown up. The entire exhaust side of the piston was ruined. So that's why it's got a 395 piston and cylinder. But anyway, the guy that owned it before me put a new kill wire on it. And he ran it, coil will be over here, and up and around the flywheel, and in between the top cover and the body of the saw, and then to the kill switch. Well, I didn't think anything of it. And it rubbed a hole in it and ground it out on the body of the saw. Thankfully, it wasn't my coil. Thankfully, it was my kill switch. Not that the kill switch is hard, it was easier to do the kill wire. And it had a patch in it already. A wire connector in the exact same spot where it broke. So he knew that was a dumb spot. He just didn't bother to move it. But anyway, got that saw back up and running. Had it out running. Down in Lorimer, actually, the guy that had that MS-170, he had a log pile. He was paying me to come down and cut up for him. So that was kind of fun. I should have got video of that, but oh well. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. And sorry for the delay on the video. Like I said, got me a cool 410 homelight. Parts should be here tomorrow, I think. And if I can tear back into it, maybe tomorrow after work, I'll see if I can get it running, because the carb doesn't look like it's got like bad gas or anything in it. So I haven't taken the screws out of it and checked the diaphragms or anything, but it just doesn't look like it's had bad gas in it. It looked like it had bad gas in the tank, so I might need a fuel line, but after that we'll probably be good to go. Thanks guys. I'll try to do a little better about my video posting, so appreciate the patience.